Right now, right now. 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 Oh, I got a real good feeling.
We try to bring you high-quality educational and informational content every single day. Why do you think the price is having such an anemic time? The news story of the hour. Jump onto the chart. Is this the beginning of a massive financial unraveling? We gotta add a little addendum to the show map today. So we start here on the daily. Now, we've been looking at the RSI on Bitcoin's daily chart for the last several days. It always has been, but it's been increasing over the last 50 years since the government has been getting bigger. No. Jebb here. I guess I was muted. Hey guys, what's going on? Jebb here, and in today's video, we're having technical difficulties. No, I'm just kidding. Today, we are going to be talking about Bitcoin because, as you guys know, Bitcoin has been undergoing a lot of very welcome volatility recently. As you are probably aware, Bitcoin is currently trading at about $20,374 and change, and it's been moving quite a lot over the last several days. It had a major breakout above a critical downtrending level of resistance a few days ago. Actually, it was last week following a massive short liquidation that happened primarily over on FTX. Right now, however, Bitcoin is attempting to make a movement to the downside, and there's a lot of controversy and speculation and questions about what Bitcoin is doing and where it is going. So we are going to have a time today, and we're going to dive into that. We're also going to be talking about the number one force that's holding the Bitcoin market down. You're probably wondering, but Jebb, we've been in a downtrend for almost a year now. We hit all-time high on November 10th of last year. November 10th is in 9 days. What's the deal? Bitcoin has been in a downtrend for a very long time. When does this end? But what's holding Bitcoin down is the thing that we're going to be talking about in today's stream. And we're going to talk about why tomorrow there's a very important news drop that is going to heavily impact that force that is holding the Bitcoin market down. We're going to take a look at a very simple chart on Bitcoin today. And we're also going to look at a bullish metric, one actually that George was just talking about over on his stream. So if you guys were over on Cryptos R Us, then you will have seen this chart that we're going to look at Bitcoin tweeted it out. And we're going to take a look at that. But this is going to be a special stream today. This is not going to be a super long stream. This is going to be a relatively shorter stream. We're only going to go for about 20 minutes, and the reason we're going to go for about 20 minutes here is because at the top of the hour, at 11, I am going to be interviewing Kevin O'Leary himself, so I'm not going to be able to stay in the stream the whole time because obviously I would have absolutely no time to get things set up to interview him. So one of the things that I want to do in this stream is ask you guys for ideas on what you think I should ask Mr. Wonderful himself when I interview him here in a little under an hour. Really appreciate all of you guys tuning in. Let's go ahead and read some chat and read some green names. Ace of Hearts 420 was first today. Shout out to Ace of Hearts. We had Daniel J was right after, and then we got our first green names. Mike Lowry being the first green name in chat. Got Justin Eubanks, Adam Rorick, Crypto Legion with Army Piper, Mitch Shaw, Justin Eubanks again, Win Peoples, Adam Rorick, Brad Geidel, Crypto Mini Bike, all of the OGs here. We got Army Piper again, Mitch Shaw, Gia S. Let's see, who else? Brad Geidel again, Crypto Smitty. He said, good morning, people. Hit the likes. I completely agree. Smash that like button, guys. Let's get to 300 likes here in the next couple of minutes. We got Grand Roofing Incorporated. We got Crypto JMP. And I think I got all of the green names. Boom. There we go. Like I said, we also got Crypto Vet in chat. And is Matt C in chat? I don't think I see Matt C yet. But yeah, so we got a lot of people in chat. Thank you all for tuning in. Shout out to Crypto Vet. Make sure to go subscribe to him. Why he never mentions Cardano. I guess I haven't talked about Cardano too much lately. I love Cardano. We probably should talk about Cardano more. Not going to have time today, but we will probably end up doing that because Cardano is a cryptocurrency that I very much like. But one thing that I also like is seeing a chart just like this. Over on @Bitcoin's Twitter, like I said, George was just covering this, and that's actually where I saw this tweet was on his thumbnail. Hashtag Bitcoin keeps getting withdrawn from exchanges. You can see this is a screen grab from Glassnode. You can see the major drop in balance on exchanges. This represents a lot of people taking money off of exchanges, putting that money into long-term storage ever since about midway through last month. That is a very encouraging metric, and whenever we see the amount of Bitcoin on exchanges go down, that generally means that we're getting closer to that bedrock where the markets are going to bottom out and they're not going to drop a whole lot farther. And that's something that we want to see right now. We want to see the markets bottom out in a big way, because if the markets are able to bottom out in a big way, then that is going to give us a lot more confidence that, well, the bottom is in, and people are going to be able to say, okay, well, I am very confident that whatever we just saw there, that was the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to treat that as the bottom, and then I'm now more encouraged to go ahead and put a lot more money into it. Right now, we have a lot of different people in the cryptocurrency space, and especially in the traditional space of these traditional mainstream companies that are investing in crypto, that are somewhat scared to get into Bitcoin and crypto because they don't know whether the bottom is in yet or not, and they don't know, hey, is this thing going to go down another 50%? Or was that the bottom back in June? We just don't know. So if we had a major movement to the upside up to maybe $30,000, $35,000, and that would give people confidence, okay, it looks like we have enough power to sustain a major uptrend now. Or on the flip side, if we saw a big drop down to $9,000 to $13,000 region that we've been talking about for quite some time, then that would also warrant this idea of there being a major rally on Bitcoin coming because the bottom is in. But again, we want to go ahead and move through this quickly because it's going to be a shorter stream today. What is the dealio? What is the deal with this number one force that's holding down Bitcoin that I'm talking about? Well, first things first, we have to talk about something that's happening tomorrow. As you guys know, there is a Federal Open Market Committee meeting today and tomorrow, and we are going to be getting the decision that they come to at that meeting given to us tomorrow, which will be Wednesday, November the 2nd. You can see CME Group over here has a 90% likelihood prediction and probability. It gives it a 90% probability that Fed meeting is going to come out with 75 basis points on the rate hike, and that's going to lead to Bitcoin probably having a bit of a retracement because it's a bearish movement. Now, a lot of people think it's already priced in because we're already so confident that we're going to see 75 basis points. But one thing that may not be completely priced in is the factor that I'm talking about. You guys know that Bitcoin moves in correlation and in negative correlation and convergence to other markets. And one of the major markets that I want to encourage you to take a look at here is one that we're going to compare just very quickly. This is the force that I wanted to show you very quickly here. I just want to go over here to the compare tab, and we talked about this in yesterday's stream, but I just want to remind you and make sure that people see this because I don't think a lot of people saw this. I want to go over here and compare the US dollar on the new price scale to the Dixie, and I want to show you some historical analysis of the dollar currency index. The dollar currency index, if you don't know, I can even show you right over here. We have the Dixie following the Dixie. As you can see, it's the same chart. The Dixie represents the US dollar against a basket of other national sovereign currencies. And whenever the US dollar is doing very well against that basket of currencies, then the Dixie starts going up because that's what it is. It's a comparative. But whenever the Dixie's not doing well and it goes down, that means that the dollar is losing strength against other currencies like the euro, the won, the pound, the renminbi, anything, whatever currency you want to get, whatever currency you want to look at. But let's just look at the historical context here. Let's look at the times when, let's say the times when the Dixie's been above just this arbitrary level. I mean, this is 93 on the Dixie. This is just a pretty major support zone on the Dixie. And then let's also go ahead and box in the times where the market has been below the Dixie, right here, and then also right here. And I think you might see where I'm going with this. Just take a look at these last two times that the Dixie's been very low in the zone here, and then you look where the price of Bitcoin has been. It's been very high. You can see right here the price of Bitcoin's been very high in both of these categories. And even back over here when the Dixie was nowhere near as strong and when it was a lot weaker, this is the climate that Bitcoin was birthed out of. The Bitcoin market was birthed out of a weak Dixie when the US dollar was a lot weaker against other currencies than it is now. I mean, even if you look at this, if we go over on the Dixie, the time frame that it's been since Bitcoin was created, January 9th, 2009, let's just go to January 9th, or about right about there. Let's just call it January 12th. That's close enough. You can see the US dollar currency index is 36% higher than it was when Bitcoin was created, meaning that Bitcoin is doing very well for itself, but its major competitor, which is the Dixie, is not as weak as it used to be. In fact, the Dixie is at its highest level, relatively speaking. I mean, the last couple of months has been at its highest level. It's in the highest area that it's been since the creation of Bitcoin. So the Dixie's been going up and Bitcoin's been going up, but whenever the Dixie is low, then you end up seeing Bitcoin doing very well. I mean, it shows it very, very apparently here through all of this time period back over here, all this time period here, and all this time period here being the highs. But then you look at the local tops. Here's a local top, another, and then another. You look at these 5 points, and then you say, okay, well, if we delete those, then what do those correspond to? Well, they correspond to bottoms here on Bitcoin. Now, this wasn't a bottom exactly, but Bitcoin was still in the upswing phase. So basically, you can say 4 of the 5 last major peaks that we have seen on the Dixie in the last 8 years have happened at the bottom for Bitcoin, or very close there too. And both all-time highs, we've seen a weak dollar. So that gives us a lot of perspective about what Bitcoin is, why it's here, what it's doing, and also about why Bitcoin is having such a hard time right now. When you zoom out and you look at the historical context, you realize, wow, the Dixie has a huge impact on the US dollar. And that's why I don't think it's wrong to say that it is the number one force holding Bitcoin down right now, if not one of the number one forces. I think it is potentially even the number one force, because a lot of these other things that we track, such as the Federal Open Market Committee setting the effective federal funds rate, that has a major impact on the strength of the US dollar, and the strength of the US dollar, therefore, has a major impact on Bitcoin. But it's not just the US dollar that has an impact on Bitcoin. However, a lot of things in the world impact Bitcoin through their impact on the US dollar. Whenever something makes the US dollar stronger, it generally speaking makes Bitcoin weaker. Whenever something makes the US dollar weaker, it generally makes Bitcoin stronger, because they are inversely correlated in a very major way. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention here. We have a short show today. We're only going to be going 20 minutes. If you just tuned in, I'm going to be interviewing Kevin O'Leary here in 50 minutes. So I'm going to jump off here in 10 minutes, and we're going to go ahead and get ready for that stream. For that interview. So guys, make sure to tell me in chat, what are some questions that you have for Mr. Wonderful himself? I really appreciate all of you tuning in and bearing with me here on this shorter stream. That was the only time slot he had available, was at 11. The stream ends at 11, so something had to give, and so we ended up doing it this way. We're going to go ahead and read some chat now. We got, like I said, 10 more minutes, and I'm going to jump off and make sure everything is set up, good to go. That interview will likely be out in the next week or so. Let's see. We also have, where is he? We have Matt C. showed up in chat. How you doing, Matt C? We also got Jeremy Shorter in chat. Good deal. Good to see everybody. Live interview. It's not going to be live. It will be recorded, and it'll probably be out in the next couple of days. Grand Roofing Incorporated said, good morning, Jebb. Let Kevin O'Leary know Grand Roofing Incorporated says good morning. I will do that. With Kevin O'Leary having insight on a global market, I'd like to know his opinion on what's going to happen in the next few months. Absolutely. We're definitely going to talk about the next several months. Ask him if he's been accumulating. Good question. Good question. As you guys know, he's got about a $500 million portfolio, and I think 20% of that is in crypto. Jebb, where and how do you go about off-ramping crypto to fiat? Get after that awesome life. I'm just hodling right now, to be honest with you. I am totally hodling right now because I think that we're very close to the bottom. I don't know if we've seen the bottom, but I think that we're very close to the bottom. Matt C. said, coffee and crypto. Hey, Jebb, ask Kevin what legislation he's aware of and excited about. Absolutely. That's one thing I definitely want to touch on. If you guys don't know, Kevin O'Leary is very well acquainted with the regulatory world here in the United States, and that's one of the things he's really trying to champion is regulatory clarity in the cryptocurrency space, on-ramps, off-ramps, barriers, these different metaphors that we talk about that essentially help for different companies and organizations and institutions to get into the cryptocurrency market, and also for building systems that allow for different individuals to get into crypto and also different companies to get into crypto in a way that they're able to actually track and keep their books. That's one of the things that he's talked about is very difficult for institutions, is that they don't have the ability to actually plug cryptocurrency into their accounting and legal and tax processes, and that's a big issue for them. CW said, and also, by the way, shout out to CW for being a member. Thank you. Pumped to hear the interview when it comes out. Good morning from Cryptosaurus Wex in Colorado, brother. Shout out, my friend. My friend. What's your ETH top prediction for the next bull run? Probably over $10,000. To be honest, ask Kevin his favorite watch. Does Kevin O'Leary have a watch, fascination? Does he like watches? That would make sense. I actually, we have a family member staying with us right now, and he's actually a Rolex repair person, which is pretty cool. So I've been learning a lot about watches and timepieces recently. Hey, Jebb, ask Kevin about his thoughts on crypto IRAs. That's a good idea, actually. Ask Kevin O'Leary what the goals should be for lower income people going through inflation hardship. That's I like that question. Man, you guys have some great questions here. You guys are having some great questions here. Some of these are definitely going to go into the interview. I think we're going to be going for about 45 minutes or so. Like I said here, guys, we got 7 more minutes on the stream, and then we're going to jump off, and I'm going to go ahead and get prepared and everything technically speaking and question-wise for that interview. First time he's on the channel as far as for an interview. I interviewed him in person at Miami at Bitcoin 2022 in Miami earlier this year. And then I also interviewed him over on Market Talks on Cointelegraph a few months ago. So we're very excited to get him back. We're also looking forward to hopefully getting Michael Saylor back on the channel at some point soon. That would be a great blessing. And also we're looking into getting Kathy Wood on the channel. And I have an interview with Data Dash coming up soon. If you guys know who Nicholas Merton is, Crypto Lifer, we have an interview coming up with him. So a lot of you guys have been looking forward to that collaboration for like 10 months. So shout out to Crypto Lifer and all of his friends, all of his fans. We've got a bunch of collaborations. Let's see. Who else am I, collaborating with? I've got a ton of these coming up soon. I'm also, let's see. I'm also going to be collaborating with Wendy O. Boom. Awesome. That is going to be fun as well. And yeah, we got a ton of collaborations coming up. All right. BTC only, Bitcoin dope currency. Any particular new use case for NFTs that are emerging that he knows of? That's a really good question. That's a great question. Yoda Lifer, yes. Bring Lifer on the channel. Oh, it sounds like Freedom Advocate got the vid, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Oh man, I'm sorry, dude. Ask Kevin if he has a car collection. Yes, Kevin is a huge watch collector. That's good to know. That is good to know. I ought to ask him. Oh, I've got a question for him then. Rolex, I am told by our family member that's staying with us that Rolex is about to cut production in half, and Rolexes are a really good investment right now because the supply is about to get, cut in half. The Rolex is going through a halving of essentially pretty soon because of a lot of global supply chain manufacturing, supply chain issues. So I've heard that Rolexes are a great investment right now, so I might ask him about that. Let's see. Cool. Win 100x leverage with Kevin. Kevin O'Leary started data centers in Wyoming. Interesting. I heard Jack Dorsey Blue Sky social media will have Web3 like Twitter. Interesting. Ask him what his view on meme coins is. Shout out to the live Crypto Lifer. See, I love getting to just sit here and chill with you guys and read chat. I like that. Normally, I'm going through a ton of content, so it's kind of difficult to do that. But today, the whole point is to listen to you guys and get some ideas from y'all. Thank you very much for helping me to prepare. You guys are doing a great job. The very close to the bottom that everyone's been saying for months is tedious at this point. Yeah, it is. It is tedious at this point, to be honest with you. The thing is, that's the only thing that we can responsibly say, is that we feel like we're close, but we don't know where we are. It's like we've been wandering through this cave forever, and we know that we must be getting close, but we just don't know where the end is. And we can only see a little ways ahead of ourselves, but we can see far enough to see where we're going, kind of, but not enough to see where the end is. Ask Kevin his favorite watch. That is a good idea. What watch does he have on today? I asked him on one of our interviews. I asked him if he got Mark Cuban into crypto or if Mark Cuban got him into crypto. Anyway, he didn't want to answer, so I'm assuming Mark Cuban got him into crypto. But I think that they've both been in for a very long time. Let's see. What's Kevin's view on XRP and the lawsuit? That's an interesting question. Let's see. Ask him about the Dixie will take a downtrend and win, and that will Bitcoin take into a new bull run. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. I might ask him about that Dixie Bitcoin correlation. I'm in Gville too. Go Gators or something. Has he changed his view on SBF and FTX? Colin McDonald in chat. Shout out to you. Get Kevin to explain the world micro expectations. Let's go, Jebb. Thank you, XRP A11Y. I assume that means ally. Definitely SBF and FTX. That's a must ask. Yeah, I'm definitely curious what he thinks about that. What do you guys think Kevin's opinion is on the SBF FTX stuff? Kevin's view on the economy for the next 2 to 3 years. When is the Kevin interview? Well, I am recording it in 42 minutes is when the interview starts. It'll probably be going up in the next few days. I don't know exactly when. Ask him if you would be a guest on Shark Tank. What do you think, guys? Should I try and go on Shark Tank? I don't know what I'd pitch. I'm not trying to raise money. So I don't know why I would go on Shark Tank, but it could be cool. By the way, having my coffee for today's Coffee and Crypto, Brought to you by my husband thermos that my wife got me. Hey, Jebb, glad to see you. I'm back in the channel because of you. Thanks for everything. Thank you, Ill Dramatics. What's Kevin's opinion on the whole Twitter takeover and its help for crypto in general? Definitely going to ask him about Twitter. Sell your YouTube channel. Nope, never. Looking sharp, Jebb. Thank you. Thank you. And I just love this camera. Like, look, for all of you camera geeks out there, I just saw the replay. Look at how deep that bokeh is. This is an f2 full frame camera. Just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful camera. Tell me in chat also. We're gonna have to go here in like 2 minutes, but tell me in chat. I really want to get into doing some like really cinematography. Wow, I can speak English. I'm a commentator. I don't know how to talk. I'm really wanting to get into some cinematographic types of content here on crypto. It'll still be crypto content, but we have some really awesome camera gear that I feel like I'm not using to its fullest, and I love cameras. I love cameras. I love making things that look cool. So tell me in chat if you would like to see some, yes, crypto content, but some crypto content that looks like you're watching a Peter McKinnon video or a movie or something. I would love to hear your thoughts on that. Make sure to smash that like button, guys. I am going to have to dip. Before I go, though, I do just want to let you know about one of our sponsors, and their name is none other than MEXC. Guys, if you are not familiar with MEXC Global, you definitely need to be. They've got all kinds of functionalities over here. They've got the ability to buy cryptocurrency with a debit or credit card, with a bank transfer. You can do peer-to-peer trading. This is really helpful for a lot of people. You've also got your trading over here on spot, margin, and your quantitative trading. You've got your futures over here. You've got your earning things over here. You can go to staking. This is a place where you can get some of your staking rewards for multiple different cryptocurrencies. You can also go over here to ETFs and check out these the ETF trading fiesta. I'll let you look into this on your own, but it's really cool. You've also got all kinds of different things over here, such as copy trading. This is something that you're definitely going to want to check out. Copy trading is really helpful a lot of the times because you're able to actually copy expert traders, and you're able to follow them along on their trades. Just a lot of things that you can do over here on MEXC, so make sure to check them out with the link in the description box down below. Let's go on the chart one more time here, guys, and I just want to remind you of what the number one force that we're talking about here is, and that is the Dixie, and then we're going to go ahead and go. Guys, just remember, the Dixie is a massive, massive, massive driver of Bitcoin. I showed you this chart that I set up earlier here, where whenever the Dixie is low, you can see Bitcoin is high. Whenever the Dixie is high, you can see Bitcoin is low. And that is something that we need to pay very, very close attention to, and we need to make sure that we are looking for those correlations. And one correlation that I want to show you also comes up here on Chart Prime. It's actually really cool. They have this functionality down here where you have the ability to, let me go ahead and find it. The dashboard right here is on. This is really neat, if I can get it to come up. Let's see. Let's turn this off. You can actually see that on Chart Prime right here, they have a box down here, and this is just something that I wanted to show you also. They have a box down here. In fact, that's covering it. But you can see right down here, there is this box. Let me just go ahead and pull that up. There we go. There's this box right down here where it shows the correlation between Bitcoin and the Dixie, the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, and the DJI. So make sure you check out Chart Prime with the link in the description box down below as well, because if you were using Chart Prime, then you would have been able to see in this little box down here the correlation between the Dixie, which is moving to the upside, and Bitcoin, which is moving to the downside. Again, that is this line right here, this line representing the Dixie, and the chart obviously being right here. So make sure to check them out with the link in the description box down below and get yourself signed up for Chart Prime. All right, guys, let's just read chat one more time, and then we're going to have to wrap it out here. Like I said, I got to go and get ready. Appreciate all of the questions. What's a decent price camera that gives you bang for the buck for YouTube streaming? I used the Sony a6400 for several years. In fact, when I came back to the channel several weeks ago, that's what I was on. I was on our a6400. It's sitting out there. We still have it. Incredible camera for the price. The camera with the kit lens is about $1,000. I ended up getting a $400 lens that I put on. It was a 35 millimeter. It's a Micro Four Thirds camera. Really solid camera. The A6000 line. There's probably a newer one nowadays. The A6400 is a few years old, so it might be like the I don't know what it'd be now. Maybe the A6800, or it might be the 7000 series. I don't know, but the Sony Micro Four Thirds line is pretty solid. And then if you're going up a level and you want to go to Canon, or if you want to go up on Sony, I like Sony's. I prefer the Canon Color Science. This is a Canon EOS R with a 24-70 f2 lens. So this is about That camera that we were on was about $1,000. This one's about $5,000. So this is a big jump if you're going up in price. But as far as those are the two different levels that I've really enjoyed. Those are the cameras I've used. So really appreciate that. Grand Roofing Incorporated said, do you use OBS Studio for your live streaming? We are actually in Streamlabs right now. Streamlabs OBS. So kind of. All right. Let me make sure I've got all the chats answered. Dean Emery. Jebb, how's things? Well. Very well. Thank you. Jebb, fix the black screen at the beginning, please. That is a very good idea. Yeah, I definitely need to do that. I am sorry. We've got so much stuff going on right now, guys. I mean, I'm trying to schedule like 17 different interviews right now. There's a lot to do, and that's one of them. That's definitely on the list. Anthony said you need to get a wide motorized slider to switch to. That's not a bad idea, actually. I know what you're talking about. You get those cameras on a slider, and it keeps it. Those are really cool. I may end up doing that. Sounds like a possible second channel. Sounds like a possible second channel, to be honest with you, but no promises right now. No promises right now. All right, guys. I got to split because I got to get ready. Really appreciate all of you tuning in. Before I go, though, guys, if you enjoyed today's stream, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the post notification bell. Make sure you tune in 10 a.m. Eastern every single weekday so you won't miss a stream. And also look out for that Kevin O'Leary interview. Will probably be coming out this week. I don't know exactly when, but it will be out soon, and I will be jumping into that interview here in about half an hour or so. Pray for me. Really appreciate the opportunity to interview Kevin again. And thank you guys all for watching. Before I go, though, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, again. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.